I'm like, I'm like, wait, let me go change my clothes real quick.
Hey, family. Hello to everyone. We are reclaiming our identity. We are interviewing one of our favorite couples, one of the most loyal viewers. They probably get the trophy for the most loyal viewers of our YouTube channel. We appreciate them so much. Miss African Queen Giselle One. It's a mouthful. I have to make it right. Did I get it right? Miss African Queen One Giselle.
That sounds official.
Husband Rodman. Yes. So if you're ever watching it when I'm doing a live or my husband is doing a live and you see African Queen One Giselle saying, hit that like button, family. Now you can put a face to the name. Her husband Rodman, he'll be like, make sure you subscribe. I'm talking about this serious coming from over there. So thank you all for accepting our invitation and doing this collaboration with us so that we can hear your story. We want to know why there are so many African Americans considering such a gigantic lifestyle change and making the decision and starting to make plans to move to Africa. So let's start from the very beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, who you are, your family size, and where you currently live.
All right. So I guess I'll go first. Ladies first.
Go ahead, ladies
okay. So I'm African Queen One Giselle. That is my YouTube channel. And Giselle is actually my middle name. I'm half Bahamian, but grew up in the States. My mother was in the Army, so she had me in the Army, Air Force Base, Homestead. I have 2 children, 2 teens. Whew, that teenage stage is rough. It's rough. What else? I'm trying to think what else you asked. Oh, we live in Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach area. And I'm trying to think what else you asked.
A little bit of story.
I used to be a substitute teacher years ago. I also was a SAC counselor for the school district. Now I'm a self-help author. So this is my book, guys. Just showing you real quick.
Hold it up a little bit longer.
This is my book, The Husbands I Thought I Found. It's about my life. And it started with my dad being in and out of my life and why I chose the type of men that I did, dating wise. And I just want to share and minister unto other teens and women that might have went through an abusive marriage. My first marriage was abusive. So this is why I wrote this book, to also let you know that you don't have to stay in a situation like that. So yeah, I'm a self-help author. I am a brand ambassador I'm ambassador for Fumba Town, which is in Zanzibar. I'm also a brand ambassador for Young Living. We sell essential oils, all natural essential oils. And we also have a store online called Rod Rocka Styles as well.
Rod Rocka. Does that have anything to do with Mr. Rodman?
Well, the Rod Rocka Styles basically is all of our initials together and all of our styles coming together as one, as a family.
So spell that.
Oh goodness. Okay. Sometimes I have to look it up. RODRACCSTSTYLES. Rod Rocka Styles.
.com.
Yeah. Well, I will send you. I'll send you the link.
Link. Okay.
Yeah, it's a link.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And that is a clothing apparel brand.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Apparel brand.
It's with logo software. So I have to give you the whole website later.
Okay. All right. Let's hear about the hubby.
Okay, I'm Rod, man. As y'all know, we've talked many times before, and hopefully we continue to do that. I'm a husband to Giselle and a father to two beautiful children. I'm from Florida too. Grew up here. I went to the Marine Corps for about 4 years. Got out, stayed in California, came back to Florida, started driving tractor trailers, and right around that time that I came back, I met my wife. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
How long
That's
has
the who of who you are. All right, family. So now you know who we're talking to. Before we further move on in this interview, we want you to hit that like button. We want you to comment on this video. We want the engagement. Both of us as couples enjoy seeing comments and responding to comments. And most importantly, we really would like to have your support by subscribing and sharing this video with other people who might be interested in why African Americans are thinking about moving to Africa. Please subscribe and then share it with someone else, and hopefully they will subscribe also.
I think you were starting to say how long you guys been married.
Yeah, hubby.
Yeah, since 2006. So that will put us at 17 years. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track. That's a trick question. I'll be in the doghouse if I get it wrong.
That's why I said hubby.
For sure. So 17 years, but we met in 2003.
Okay.
So we've been together for 20 years.
That's awesome. We'll be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary this year.
Oh, that's great. Awesome.
3 years. Yes. Okay, so on to the topic. Are you considering moving to Africa? Just yes or no?
Yes.
When did you start thinking about that? When did Africa get on your radar for lifelong move kind of thoughts?
This has been about maybe 2 years now. We've been thinking about that. Trying to make I know we invested in the continent before then, and then we just started, really looking at it like, hey, we can actually live there because of, we're seeing people like yourselves and others out there just doing it, and it's just inspirational. We just wanted to be in an environment where basically like our people were in control for a change. We've lived a lifestyle here for a long time, and we just felt like it's just time to go. We can both feel in our spirit. Her spirit is very much stronger than mine, but we both on the same sheet of music about that, and just trying to get our kids to see it the way we see it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, hubby is missing a few details. I want to start with when we got our awakening, first of all, because there is a such thing as being asleep. And when COVID hit, everything was just on front, like everything. And I believe it was hubby who started like showing me YouTube videos, because I never was into YouTube like that. YouTube was just music back then. You listen to your music and that was it. And now it has completely changed. And he showed me, I want to say, was it Black Acres of the Gambia? Black Acres of the Gambia, Juliet.
It was a group
of people,
different people that were living there, then sharing their life, just like what you all are doing.
Right. And
just interesting.
I went in. He was like, oh my gosh, every day you're watching. And that's how I'm subscribed to so many YouTubers that are in Africa. And, I want to say when I was a teen, of course, didn't know my husband then, I knew it was somewhere out there for me where I would succeed, but I just didn't know what that looked like, where that was. And I want to say I got it when I was a teen, but I just didn't know. And after hubby showed me COVID hit, hubby showed me, I'm like, okay, it's all coming together.
And the fact that they don't teach you anything about the continent at all. And if they do, it's always negative.
Right.
So I would say the majority of African Americans don't really have a positive view of the continent. Yeah, we know we descend from there, but the things that I hear from people here, you know, it's just not enough information, and nobody really tries. I mean, you can expect them to show you so much, then you got to go out there, you know, and do due diligence on your own and find out for yourself.
So may I ask? I'm so sorry. Say that last part.
I was just saying, it's not a lot of us that's willing to do that. You know, it's just so comfortable here, and the thought of moving to Africa is not even on their mind.
So when you were watching the YouTube videos and sharing them with your wife, what was your intention then? Because you mentioned that she took it and ran with it. She's far more enthusiastic about the idea of moving to Africa than you were, and you said now you are on the same page of music. But when you found the videos and you showed them to her, what was the purpose? What was your intention for that?
Just to try to educate, you know, spark her interest, because I felt like I said that we knew nothing about the continent itself, and I know, you know, the passionate person she is, that she would just take it and run with it. Because I mean, I was already there. I just needed both of us to be on the same sheet. So, because I felt like not only could I invest, then I was also thinking, could I live there? But I can't live there without her. That's how I felt. So we just, you know, that was my main goal, and I just wanted to see how she would take that. Because, like I said, like a lot of people here that I talk to, they just not willing. They'll ask questions like, "Oh, who do you know there? Are you from there?"
And these people who look like us,
they're just as African as me. And I'm like, it tells me that, you know, that we just don't think about it. I don't know whether it's discussed in the homes, which is probably not, because I know within my family, I never heard any, like, I don't remember hearing the word Africa, you know. So that's basically where all this came from.
Okay.
And
so
I don't
go
know
ahead.
what to say or not, but not saying he's not spiritual. Maybe he's spiritual in his own way, but in everything I do, of course, I pray about it in everything. But my spirit feels like I've already been in Africa. And it's something I cannot explain. And I'm not going to say it was always there. It was a spark of something when I was a teen. But once my husband showed me the YouTube videos and I began to watch so many people, and my spirit just was getting fed, you know, a whole lot. And when it comes to, you know, my faith, we're not on the same level with that. And that's what he means, I think, with the spiritual being of it. I'm more like, if anything, I would just pick up and go now. He's not on that same level, because I'll pick up and go, because why my faith? You know what I mean? And that may sound silly to others, you know. Yes, I know that we need X, Y, and Z, but my feeling and my faith is like, hey, we need to have this faith over fear.
Yeah, but my role is the provider. That's what the point of view I'm taking in it. I know she want to go on faith, but I'm looking at, hey, we need to have some kind of income to sustain some type of life, you know. So that's my idea of it, because I know a lot of people have just up and left, you know, leaving everything behind and just taking what they have. But I'm more, I gotta have like more structure, you know, a more detailed plan before I actually do that. I'll say that much too.
Which makes sense. It does.
Yeah.
So was there ever one particular incident or event that said, okay, now is the time that we get up out of here?
Well, there's been like a collection of events. I mean, even
Yes.
prior to like George Floyd, it's just we basically been under attack. We've been here since, as far as I know. I don't really have detailed history. I'm just going off what I learned recently. Like they're saying we basically arrived here. I mean, as enslaved people in 1619, right? That's the last thing I heard about. So I'm adding up all them years, and I'm like, we still haven't made progress as a community. We got people that's doing great individually now. You got some wealthy people, but
which doesn't help.
If your people are failing, then you are failing too.
Right.
That's right.
In order, for us to be here that long and still be, not considered first class citizens in this country, I mean, I just feel like it's a sinking ship for us as a community. And there are other places in the world that we should be willing to look at, especially Africa itself. I know we spread throughout the continent, but my wife has also mentioned other places to go. And what I always tell you, I say, yeah, so this country's nice, yeah. And I look at it, I say, but it ain't Africa. Right. She know I tell her that all the time. I'm like, I know what you're saying, but it ain't Africa. It's just something about the continent. It just all that blackness around me. I just got to experience that.
Well, my thing with that was, it was just, I'm fed up. Every day I'm here, I'm stressed out. I'm just over the moon. I am tired of being here. Nothing is getting better. I fear for my family, my children, my husband, myself. And to me, that's not a way of living. I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with bills. It's just everything I'm dealing with. And mentally, I just don't know how much I can take before I just explode. And at that moment, I was like, look, I just want to get out of here. Wherever that leads me, I just want to get out of the States. Whether it was Mexico, whether it was, Jamaica, whatever the case may be, I just want it out. And then from that, wherever we land in Mexico or however, then from there I can go to Africa. I just want it out. I just wanted to let out. And I didn't care how that looked. Just keep me out of here. That type of thing. That was what that was about.
Okay. So how did you come to decide to invest in Tanzania? Tell us about that experience for Zanzibar. I'm sorry, not Tanzania. I always associate the two of them.
Yeah,
but
it
is no longer under the same president as
right.
The separate democracy and government. So tell us, how did you land on Zanzibar?
Okay, well, I'll start and I'll let you
go black.
Okay, he'll go.
Go black to Africa. We were watching the video. Then
But that was like how long ago though? That was before.
That's about 2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah, but we weren't ready then. So make sure you tell that story.
He basically did a tour of the island. Went over it in detail. Then he talked about the properties available there. Then the cost, and after I heard the cost, I'm like, that sounds very interesting. The place it's beautiful. I mean, the blue-green ocean, the Indian Ocean, I saw that, and I could picture us being there.
Yes.
And that basically was the start of it. Then I was like, well, let's reach out, and because I believe he put a link in the description for the community.
Yes,
and we just started researching it. Because we know it's a lot of things going on out there that's not true. Let's say it like that. So we found out it was a legitimate deal, and we knew there's like a potential to make some money. Long story short, and that's why we moved forward on it. We both agreed that it was a great idea. It's been frustrating.
Hold on, you're going to you missed some detail. Okay, I'm gonna cut in. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cut in. Sorry. Okay, so back to Go Black. Watching him sending out the information, and we were working with one agent at the time. We did our figures, and I don't know, for whatever reason, it just at the time didn't feel right. So we missed that
Mhm.
opportunity. We waited, I want to say maybe a year or two after, and we said, okay, let's go ahead and let's do this. And actually,
Mhm.
my husband contacted another agent. I guess he forgot about the other one we were working with, and he contacted another one. So we ended up working with
No,
someone else, right?
he wasn't moving at the speed
Oh,
of business for me.
okay.
Let's
Okay.
just say it like that.
Okay,
So
so that's what
Was
happened.
yeah,
business.
so I reached out. I'm like,
Was
okay,
this
well,
was this an African agent? Was he
Yes.
stationed in Zanzibar? Okay,
Yes.
so that's very common. That's typical.
Yes.
Our
yeah,
expectation timeline with regard to how business is done, you
Yep.
have seen, and I put that out there for our viewers. It's not atypical for things to take a little bit longer in Africa than they do
Right.
in the U.S.
Right.
right. That was very polite of you the way you said it. But I was like,
Nice.
you moving too slow for me. Straight. I reached out to somebody else,
And then I got the connection,
yeah.
and we decided to do it. The first time we were going to do the studio, but we changed our mind and went with a 1 bedroom. And this agent was
Mhm.
he's kind of pretty much on top of it, working a little bit faster than the other one. And
Mhm.
I did my YouTube channel and everything, once we did go ahead and move forward with it. And things just kind of, took off. I had the YouTube channel, I put the information out there. Someone decided to invest. Um, According to him, they actually invested and put all their money in. And I guess he liked it. We decided to work together, and he said, hey, would you like to be the ambassador for Fuma Down? We're working together, and that's how it kind of took off from there.
So when you say, don't let me dig any deeper than you want to
Okay.
put out there. So when you say someone decided to invest, was this your and Rodman's idea? You wanted to develop something because you've said investment, but you haven't said exactly what the investment
Oh,
is.
okay.
So
Okay. Sorry about
know
that.
what you're talking about. You ventured into.
Okay.
And then was it just your thought and your idea, and you moved forward with an agent to do that, and then someone joined you? Explain if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to back up a little bit then. So when we decided to go ahead and move forward to buy the 1 bedroom, originally, and this is in Fumba Town, originally we were going to live in the 1 bedroom, which, mind you, they're still building. We were going to actually live there.
What?
It's in Zanzibar.
What is it?
Oh, it's a community. It's a community. It's an apartment, a bunch of apartments. They have apartments. They have homes, villas, townhomes. It's a mixture of a little bit of everything. They plan on doing a hotel. They have a restaurant. They'll have businesses, gas stations, a mall, a furniture place.
Wow.
Everything is there. You literally do not have to leave that area. Everything's
Wow.
there. It's secured by security. You go in, it's secured. And it's a place where you can invest if you want to invest, meaning like make your apartment or villa or whatever you purchase, you can make it into an Airbnb, or you can rent it out, or you can just invest in yourself and live there.
Okay.
So, and it is right on the beach, right on the beach. So you got the waterfront, and everything is there, literally.
Did you see my eyes on beach?
Non-American prices are non-American
Exactly.
prices. We are not those people. We don't have money like.
And I don't mind sharing. At the time, we back then when we thought about doing it, it was like how much? 12? Was it like 12,000?
Originally when they first started, like pre-construction.
With the studio,
it was 17. It was $17,000.
And we, of course, we wanted to just step on each other's
That was
foot.
a studio.
For a studio.
Started.
Yeah, a studio apartment was $17,000 on the beach, Zanzibar.
Yes. You see what I mean? So I was like, okay,
Yeah, we
let's
messed up
let's
with
find
that.
out how real this is.
Right.
I told my husband when we were in Ghana, we went to Cape Coast and Orange Beach. We went to that area because we went to the one of the slave dungeons, and we were near Elmina Castle at the time. And I saw so much beachfront property that was uninhabited, untouched. And I said, in the States, this would be snatched up. Resorts and hotels and restaurants and shopping plazas would be lining this coast, and they'd have for sale signs on these plots of land for thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's just sitting on the coast in Africa. It's not seen, I guess, to them as I don't know. I don't want to assume.
Yet.
I don't want to
Not
assume
yet.
how they view the value of that real estate. But I was like, oh, husband, we need to find out who owns some of this land and get some beachfront property. Prices,
The ocean is beautiful.
incredible investment.
Yeah.
Even if you let it sit and get equity.
Exactly.
You got the Atlantic on the west side, and then you got the Indian Ocean
on the east.
west. I mean,
yeah.
It's a lot of potential in
exactly. So
look as I Google Fuma Town.
How long ago did you guys invest? You said 2 years ago.
It's close
going
to
on 3 years.
Now.
Yeah, going on 3 years.
Yeah.
The building is up. They're on the third, because I think it looks like our building is going to be 3 levels. Hopefully, this is why we're supposed to come. We're supposed to go this September because they told us our apartment would be ready, and of course, it's not. And hey, Shoe Bar. And
that's our friend too. Hey, Shoe Bar.
We lost a lot of money. Because they said it was ready and it's not. So we're hoping that next year, May is what they're saying, for it to be ready. But I want to kind of go back. Sorry, because I didn't finish. Of course, we look back now and we're like, dang, honey, we should have went with the cheaper price in the beginning, right? Yeah. Because our 1-bedroom that we paid for now, 2 years ago, is at $48,000 is what we paid for.
Mercy. Yeah. You said mercy.
Yeah.
Wait, let me make sure I'm clear. The price was 17, and after
the
2 years,
$17,000 was a studio. But
okay,
it's appreciating in value.
Wait, back then it would have been how much? Do you remember how much your 1-bedroom was back then?
No, I don't.
I know it was a lot cheaper than what we paid this time. So
we're just trying to, spark interest and between that and the value appreciation.
And the value is. I don't know if you've seen my other video I did. It's up there now. So our apartment is, how much did you say the last time I talked to you? It's at $70,000 now. The value is continue going up.
More people buying and moving.
Right.
Because it's on Zanzibar, on the beach.
I know. I'm like, now my only dilemma, like why we changed our mind about not living there. And again, we'll probably use it as a vacation spot, Airbnb it out, of course. And that's where I say it'll be more of an investment, is because I need land to garden. That's my thing. I have to garden. I have to have sustainable living. I cannot do it in an apartment. Even though my husband says we can use pots and stuff, but the level that I want to garden, that's not going to work for me.
The biggest hang up really though is their residency is not
that
favorable.
Too. Right. That too.
It's not what? I'm sorry?
It's not real favorable. It's kind of costly.
Uh-huh. Oh, the cost of a visa for residency, you're saying long-term?
Yes.
Staying for long-term residency in the country?
Yep. That's what we're fighting for. The owners and all of us, that's what we're fighting for.
We feel like, by us, we investing in the country itself, like they should be more lenient. So that's kind of the main thing that's keeping us from staying there permanently.
Okay.
So
all right. Yes, so we have a question. Are you guys in Ghana? The West family is in Rwanda. and Ron and African Queen One Giselle are in Florida.
Florida. Yep.
AKA Babylon.
And there you go.
Doesn't.
Yes. No one is in Ghana right now. I was mentioning a visit that my husband and I had taken to Ghana. But we do not reside there.
I feel my question. Okay, let me go. How does your family or your extended family feel about you guys potentially moving to the continent?
All right, you want me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. I can tell you about my cousin. My cousin, she seems to be excited for us. She may just be watching now, but she seems to be excited for us. The question that she's asking me in like other, I wouldn't say a lot of friends, but a few are like, when are you moving? That's the question we always get.
Yeah.
But she seems to be happy for us. Not too much family on my side. My auntie seems interested, but and I told you, you remind me of my auntie a lot. She actually kind of been like, she'll send me videos and things like that about Africa because she knows that this is what we're working towards. Yeah, some books she sent us. So it looks like I've sparked, some type of interest in, a few of the family members. I have another one. She'll let me know, hey, my friend is going to Ghana. They're actually going to move. And then my dad's side of the family, I went to visit my auntie, and she is 70. No, she's 80. She's 80 years old. And, we were telling them about the cost of living and just, us moving. So they're really excited. I even asked them, would you go visit? And they said, yeah, they would go visit. And I was shocked because, a lot of people, they either won't, they're scared it's too far.
They actually want to go.
They actually want to go. Only thing is they don't have a passport. And then she was supposed to have the family come together. I'm still waiting on that. So we can talk to them and see. And I'm like, Auntie, you sure? I don't know if they're going to be receptive to this or not. So I don't know. I'm still waiting. I haven't heard anything yet, but yeah. What about you?
Yeah. As far as my family, it's nothing negative being said about it. It's just not I won't say there's an extreme amount of support either. Yeah. It's like a neutral position on it, I would say.
I don't think they believe us. So I can't wait until we actually do it.
Report live.
Yes, report live. Yeah.
So that takes me to the next question that I was going to ask. I was thinking as you all were talking about it, since the apartment is scheduled to be completed in May, are you all planning to visit prior to the completion of your apartment to get there and see how things are?
Yes.
And then come back to the U.S. and get your things together? Or do you plan to gather everything and just go in May to move?
Our initial plan was to visit prior to construction too. And also we also wanted to try to time it and do the handover at completion. So, but that didn't kind of work out as we talked about earlier.
And that's still rocky because, again, this is Africa.
They keep pushing the dates back.
Yes, and we are learning. Aren't we learning through this process?
Yes.
We're learning because we done been through some stuff, guys, okay? And that's over here in the States.
I've seen on the channel, I remember that you purchased your tickets. So I'm assuming that when you mentioned you've lost a lot of money, it had to do with the cost of transportation, trip insurance. I saw that. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And for those who are new viewers for both of us, the takeaway was when you purchase trip insurance for any trip, but especially international, go with a company that specializes specifically in travel insurance. You do not feel obligated to purchase it from the travel agency or the airline that you're booking through. My husband and I always purchase our travel insurance, and I use Square Mouth, SQUARE mouth.com, or insurance.com. And no, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's insuremytrip.com. I use those. And what both of them do, both websites give you an exhaustive list of insurance companies that you can choose from to look at the various policies available to you. Because first, they're going to ask you where you're traveling to and coming from, the time period that you purchased your airline ticket, and how long you plan to stay. And then you can put in some of the different factors that you want insured, whether it be evacuation insurance, cancel for any reason, which is what I always choose, because you never know what can happen, especially with children. Cancel for any reason insurance always is going to cost more, because they're going to cover you for everything: baggage loss, delayed trip, canceled trip, illness, loss of job. You know, those options, you can just check the boxes for the various things that you want to make sure are covered in the policy that you choose, and then compare policies and choose the least expensive one. What I usually do is choose the least expensive one that encompasses all of the different factors that I want to make sure are covered. But Insure My Trip and Square Mouth, and I'll put them in here. And so you had mentioned, you didn't link it together. There are no spaces in it. It's all one word, insuremytrip.com. But thank you, babe. Yes. So, that's so unfortunate that was part of the loss and part of the learning experience for you guys. So again, I'm really sorry that happened. So now that you all are planning to move forward, and you mentioned bringing the children on board, getting them to buy in to the plan, do you want to talk a little bit about where you are on that, how they feel about it?
All right, you want to start?
Okay.
You want to start with your twin, and I'll do our son.
Well, my daughter is very hesitant. I think a lot of it has.
How old is your daughter? I'm sorry. How old is she?
She's 16.
16. All right, for the viewer, she's 16.
Yes, yes. Her friends mean a lot to her. The overall, she comfortable with the current situation, and she's afraid. So I think that's like the three main factors. The conversations about it seem to frustrate her.
I remember.
She loves Rwanda now.
Yeah, she loves Rwanda.
Now it depends on where we're talking about going.
In South Africa too, I think.
Yeah, like if we say maybe like Ghana. South Africa, Rwanda, you get maybe Ghana. They got that Western, somewhat Western setup. She's all for it. The roughing part out in the country, she can't.
Like when we mentioned Gambia, she'd be like,
"Oh yeah." No,
she says no.
It is a turn off for her, but we are parents. And she gonna do what we tell her to do.
Depending on when we leave,
until
and what age she is.
She's able to get out and live the life that she want to live. But until that point, they both have to come with us, because we are the parents and not the children.
Right.
That's what I said.
Now I want to talk about Lil Man. You know
Okay.
Lil Man, which is our son, RJ. That's what we call him. He will go with us to the moon.
Wherever.
He doesn't mind. When we first told him that this is something we're gonna do, he was like, "Where are we going?" Yeah, like simple as that.
Hey, we can tell him we're going to Ukraine. He'll be like, "Let's." Like, really?
He's like, "Where we going?" It was just simple for him. And of course, we had to explain, because he was like, "What's the hold up?" Type of thing, Yeah. But when we told him, when you are going with us, you're not gonna be doing anything. And he's like, "Well, I don't know if I'm gonna go."
Use your creativity.
We're not gonna be a lazy bum. You're gonna be put to work one way or another. You're gonna be put to work.
Oh yeah.
So
looking at us, what's for dinner? Open up the
right.
refrigerator. I don't. What's for dinner? You tell me.
Oh, he's
It's
14.
your turn tonight.
Yeah, he's 14 years old.
Yeah,
Sorry,
14.
I didn't say. Yeah.
14.
So
Who was 14?
Little
Oh,
man.
little man.
I thought
Too, a 16-year-old
no, I
and a
thought you
14-year-old.
said 6.
Oh
Oh no! Oh no! I wish.
I put my hand up for 16 for the 6th.
Now
Yeah.
I heard 15, but I thought you said so. RJ, you said
14.
he'll go anywhere, and he's 14.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
wow.
he's 14. Yeah.
But you know, it's funny that you said. I thought you said 6. I wish we would have started at them ages. You
Yeah.
know, like
If we knew about Africa, you mean,
it would
yeah.
have made more of an impression on them.
Definitely.
And the
Definitely.
transition to be a lot easier.
Definitely.
But
So
we
your
didn't-
son is in a great position, I feel.
Yes.
But let me tell you, more than his sisters lately, he is the one that tells me he wants to go back to America.
Really?
Mhm.
At this very moment, I lie not. My son has a piece of luggage in his room packed.
You got a go
No.
bag. You call that a go bag.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it's his whole piece of luggage because he is ready to go back. He wants to take this book to his cousin and share this toy with his other cousin and these shirts he's outgrown. So let's just go ahead and give those to Roman. Mommy, I'm ready to see Grammy. I'm ready. When are we going back to America? For the last 2 weeks, every day he has said it.
Really?
And then
This is
because I thought he was ready to move back, but he said, "No, we're just
No,
gonna
he just
go.
wants for 6 days.
We'll leave Daddy and Kelsey here. We'll get her some snacks, and we'll just go for 6 days, and then we'll come back." I said, "Oh,
Wow.
Some snacks, huh?
Isn't that
We'll-
something?
we'll bring Kelsey because he knows his sisters want to go. So he's like, no, just you and me, Mommy. Let's just go. We'll pacify her with some American snacks. We'll bring her back those, and she'll be okay. We're gonna leave her here with Daddy."
Wow.
Well, yeah, I should try to.
Do you want to answer
Try,
that question?
are they going to Ghana
Or do you want to hold
or
on?
Rwanda? Well, they answered. They went to Ghana.
No, talking about us.
Oh, you guys.
Us?
Yeah. Do you want to answer? You don't want to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did answer.
All right.
But go ahead, you guys.
Okay,
you guys.
he wants to hold off on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working out some stuff, and once we
Yeah.
work it out and finalize it, then we'll be able to talk more on it.
You'll say that for your channel. That'll be the big
Yeah.
reveal on your channel. Because I
But
was
we
going to
will
ask.
talk about other investments. You know, if you all, I could tell you about another piece of land we bought.
Yes.
If you all want
Yes.
to. You want us to? Okay. So we did buy land 2 years ago in Gambia.
That was the first purchase we had.
Well, no, that was the second, wasn't it?
No, we bought Gambia first.
Oh, and then we bought.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I get confused.
Mhm.
So the land we bought in Gambia, that was the first purchase we made, and then we bought the apartment in Zanzibar.
Okay. Can you tell us, because instantly I'm thinking, oh, you purchased land. Was it sight unseen? Were you on the ground in Gambia when you purchased the land? How did you navigate that transaction?
Sight unseen. I
What
started
made
with
you choose Gambia?
cost.
It's easier.
Yeah.
They do give residency. It's a very smooth,
That's
for the most part.
I don't know if it's a lot of chatter about that, but as far as like African Americans coming to the continent, Gambia is extremely easy transition to get there because of the residency.
Mhm. And that was our first love. That was
About
our
the
first
Gambia.
love.
Mhm.
That was our first love.
Yeah,
When he
yeah.
showed me the YouTube videos, it was Gambia.
And
Gambia
it's
was first.
inexpensive too.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have quite a few YouTube followers who have been to, currently reside in, or are considering the Gambia.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, we might need to look at the Gambia. So it was a good place for investment. That's where is that where your land is, where you're going to be able to garden?
Yes, garden.
Yeah.
We're thinking the first one because we're actually paying for a second plot of land. Did you want to say that? Which is in Gambia as well, but it's in another area of Gambia. This one is 2 plots. The first one is 1 plot. And like I said, it's in the Gambia still. We're thinking the first one we may do some type of business on that particular land. The second one we're thinking more to build, where we can, stay a little bit here, stay a little bit of there.
Or we can sit on it and just hope
Right.
the value appreciates. Maybe we can sell.
Right. So we're just kind of trying to see where the Most High leads us, right?
It's more investment, it's like a wait and see type deal with that.
Because it's not developed. The land that we brought is not really a developed area.
Even though I heard they put it in
but they are right.
Airport next to the area. So
they're doing a lot of construction roads, and so it's getting there. We actually were gonna try to go visit next year, but it's rainy season when we're able to go, and we're like, nope. We can't do that.
We've seen videos there. I'm like, let's not go that type of year. Time of year, because you might need a boat instead of a car, because it pours down.
So we have a lot of friends, and we've made a lot of connections in Gambia. A lot, like we have more than any other places. Gambia is. I have a friend that's there, and I want to call him my uncle. I've connected to, so we have a lot of connections in Gambia, and have not been yet. So, yeah.
Tell me how you found the land, sight unseen, and if you don't mind sharing an agent's name or what have you, for those of us who might want to look into finding land there in the Gambia. Since you said it was an easy process, how do we authenticate that property and know that the person that's selling it to us is actually truly the owner? Did you get any legitimacy documentation, things like that? Tell us and share, put in the thing, especially as far as agents are concerned, or websites where we can find.
Oh, hey, Deborah, how are you? Long time no see, sis. Okay, so on my channel, of course, I interviewed. I interviewed the actual guy who we brought land from on my channel. All his details, everything is there as well. I actually interview him because anytime I interview certain people, I try to, once my process is done and I'm in it and we've purchased, I have my paperwork, then I like to interview, because I want you to hear from the horse's mouth, is a saying. I want you to hear from the source, not just only me. So how we found Daniel, that's his name, is through the Arrivals. That's another YouTube couple that moved from the States to Gambia. They've been there now for some years.
They bought land from him and they're building the property.
Right.
What's the name of them again?
The Arrivals.
Okay.
The Arrival.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yeah. And we kind of start watching the process, like watching everything through. Again, I told you I pray about everything. And we said, you know what? Okay. They came from the States like us. We're seeing the process of what they're doing, who they're dealing with. And so we talked to each other and we decided, all right, let's do this. Because honestly, I wasn't comfortable with purchasing, not being able to go visit. But my husband said, well, I feel like the money we will use to spend, the cost and the money we use to spend to travel, because remember, it's 4 of us. I don't have anybody to watch my kids at the time. It's just us. So he's like, I feel like we should invest first, and then later on we'll go visit. So this is why we did things the way we did. And so we got connected. It's called Properties. Yeah, I'll have to look it up because he changed his name. He had to change his company name. But so we went on and went with him. He lives in the UK, but he's Gambian. His dad is Gambian, and his mom is, did she say British? Yeah, British. So his dad had, and again, this is on my channel as well. His dad, I guess, started a company, and he decided to follow his dad footsteps. Of course, he's no longer with him. And and so that just gives you a little background of him.
He's very
And
thorough,
very thorough, very trustworthy.
documentation.
He will send, if you're not there in Gambia, he will send your documents by DHL. And of course, documents, I want to say, is different depending on what country you're from, and it's not normal documents that we're used to. So you can look at it and think like, oh, this can't be, this is not real. You know what I mean?
If you ever bought a house, you know all them documents you gotta sign. It's
right. It's completely different.
It's not that.
Right. And now that he has been selling land for quite a couple of years now, as you can see things progressing and him getting better at what he's doing, because now the plots that he sell are serviced. And when I say services, he'll put in the roads. Now he's building homes, so you probably get that as well as an additional cost. But
he is a developer. He is a developer.
Yeah, well, he's like a one-stop shop. It's let me see if I can look up his name because I don't want to mess it up. He's his official business name. Anything you want to add, hubby, while I am looking it up?
Yeah, like I said, once again, I go back. You notice I keep going back to the cost. That got my attention. I'm like, okay, let me get involved in this. You know, it's worth.
You want to tell them how much we paid?
It was a 1/4 acre lot, and it was right a little bit over $2,600. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, as things develop around it, you know, so maybe somebody wants that property, you know, to the point to where they'll pay a lot more than.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea behind that.
So then it answers the question: you don't have to be a resident to purchase land in the Gambia.
No, not at all.
And
you don't have any family in the Gambia either, or any ancestry.
No, but they do like it seems to be across the continent. The 99. I know some countries do like a 50-year lease hold that you can renew, and some do 99 years. This particular one is 99 years.
Okay.
No, he didn't say 99 years. He explained to us, I think he said it was customary land, which basically means no one can take it away from you, in other words, because you know they use different terms. And again, he explains everything in detail on my channel, because like I said, I did a live interview with him, but I did put his YouTube channel in the link, and this particular link channel, he is selling plots in Sanyang, which is not too far from the ocean. So, and it's service, like I was telling you, he'll be doing roads, putting up lights. It's different from us. We basically, when he sold to us, you might as well say it was raw. He just started, you know what I mean, with the company. So this is why when we brought land, it was cheaper, because it was just like I said, it's just raw land, right? And because he is including a lot more now with the plots, as opposed to when we first started with him, you know, it is what it is. We kind of have to come together and do these roads and put in, you know, of course we can go to him and we'll have to pay an expense, but it's different now.
You know, I like to add something too, like my whole thought process on buying all these things is, if not for us, hopefully for our kids. You know, hopefully this is something they can build on, go from there, because I didn't receive anything, you know, from my family, and I understand why,
right?
You know, but I'm just trying to build. Hopefully, they can build on what their mother and their father started.
Yes. Kind of like what he did, what Daniel did. That's what he did for his dad.
Yeah. And just go for it. I don't know about generational wealth, but at least something.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. It has value, and you will pass it on to the next generation. So that's incredible. I commend you all for that, because I would be terrified to purchase something that I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And signed in his presence. So I'm glad to hear that things have gone smoothly. It went well, and that it's legitimate. So yes,
thank you, Shoebar. Shoebar brought. I hope she don't mind. She brought as well from the same person.
Yeah, and there's like a community of us. We all do group chats together.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we didn't just go alone. We all know.
That's what he does when you buy.
In the community.
Right. When you buy from him, he does. He joins you in a community where everyone has purchased from him. He put you in the WhatsApp group, and then he also separates you in the community that you particularly brought with the people. You get what I'm saying? So like our area is Ganjur. So all of the Ganjur people are in the WhatsApp group together.
All diaspora. Right?
All diaspora for the most part. Yes.
Some of us we change WhatsApp numbers.
Right. Yeah. We learned a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. You have your own community building. When you get there, you already have somewhat
and the same for Zanzibar. I just actually joined with a lot of the owners. They have group WhatsApp group together, but it's not on a level like his though.
No, because it's more like it's a bigger company that's built in Zanzibar, so you got a lot more people.
But it's not like that. It's like one individual who decided to do a WhatsApp group and just kind of pull from here who's on, who owner what. And it's very, very helpful because it's an outlet of your frustration too, to let you know that you're not alone, in this journey. So it's been very helpful. I kind of just joined them, I want to say maybe a month. I had someone else join me with them. And then we do meetings.
Yes, with somebody from the
company.
Like a representative from the developer. Like a Zoom type meeting with all the owners.
Yep.
That's great.
Good.
Oh yeah,
that's good because it lets you know it's legit.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're Because somebody's scamming out there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of scamming going on. I'm gonna be naive about that.
Right.
So, like you said, it was a gamble, but I just felt real comfortable with it.
I prayed first though.
We did as much research as we could before we started doing transfers. Believe me.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. So you haven't shared yet where you guys are landing yet. Shoebar said I snooze on Zanzibar. Don't worry, we snooze too.
We didn't know about it.
We didn't know about it. We were dead sleep on it.
Listen, because I would have been trying to money from somewhere.
Yes, for Zanzibar, in
a heartbeat. My husband would have been like, "What are you doing, babe? We about to have some property in Zanzibar. We do it."
Once we found out, we tried to spread the word.
Yeah, I tried.
Because we want to see more of us there.
Yes.
Because
it is mixed. And the Germans are involved. They are there, and
are they the primary developers? Is it an African company that is developing this whole residential community with things? It's a German. Okay,
it's a German company. They got the right, but before that land was
one down, folks. One down. I think he just
listen. Before that land, for whatever particular reason,
the president
they weren't
even
even allowed. This is when was Mugabe? What was the president name? The one that died?
Yeah.
Of Tanzania.
They negotiated with him because that land.
Not with him, with the president in Zanzibar. Remember, they under two different
presidents.
So I don't remember the name of the president in Zanzibar, but the president in Zanzibar.
It was when he was alive.
And the German. No, you're confused.
No, I know he was still alive.
But Tanzania is different.
I understand.
Okay, maybe he's telling y'all another story. I'm sorry.
I know it's different, but I'm saying it was during that time when he was.
Oh, okay, the time frame.
Basically, it was uninhabited land.
Right, and no one did anything.
It was restricted. They didn't want to. They wouldn't let anybody build it.
Right.
So whatever happened
with the president,
I'm sure some money exchanged hands.
Right.
Right.
And they agreed.
And they started developing them.
And I can't blame them because it was sitting there. Nobody else was doing it.
That's the one thing. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I had that same opinion about it. But if we're not doing it, somebody else
will.
If we're not coming to the continent, somebody else will.
Exactly.
We're not investing, somebody else will.
Exactly.
So, I agree. My point is, it's always them who are going in. Yes. I mean, I agree. I mean, we need to go in. We need to invest in the continent. Period.
Right.
Because if we don't, like you said, they're going to go and invest, and they're going to buy up all the land. They're going to, and they're going to steal up all the resources, which they're doing now.
I think if they do allow them to do that, it should be in a partnership agreement.
Mutually beneficial, you're saying?
Yeah. Don't just let them come in.
Have certain rules with what you can't do and what you can do. Yeah.
Learn from each other, pretty much. Don't give it like
completely
autonomy over over the whole project, which they are doing, because I noticed they have a lot of Tanzanians in positions like whatever, like finance, head of finance is a Tanzanian person, but German company.
Yes.
And so by them, they reached out. They're trying to do like a worldwide.
Oh yeah, they're going like crazy.
They're not just talking to the people in the continent. They're
going to Dubai. They're going everywhere.
Yes,
it's going global.
It's going global. It's like 54 nationalities over there.
They've been to the States here too as well, because they've invited us a couple of times. But yeah, they're going global. So
wow,
I wouldn't let that stop me from purchasing.
I won't. Listen, if we knew about it, if we could afford it, if we had 10, 15, 20,000, sitting in the bank chilling, in Zanzibar, you better believe it would be. I mean, we would be investing.
I will say this about the group. Other than the one white German guy, everybody else was black. I saw, everybody else was black. So,
and they do have payment plans. It's not what we're used to.
Right. Now, when she said payment plan,
that's why I said it's not the same.
They got their version, and the version that that we used to, that would quite honestly be better for us.
Right.
Like they're doing stuff like it's a 3-year mortgage.
I suspected that what you were going to say is bigger chunks of the money have to go down first, and big, not like a deposit and then a monthly you pay.
Right.
But that's Africa though.
Right.
Yeah,
as a whole.
There's only, matter of fact,
it was only one.
There's one place with favorable finance terms that I've heard of on the continent, and that is in Gambia, Taft City. Where they were doing 10. I was surprised to even hear 10 to 15-year loans.
Taft City. I'm gonna write it in the chat so you can put it
on. I was like, you sure you sure we talking about the right place? Because we had searched around, and like you said, the standard is 3 years. You pay it off. It's $200,000. We want it paid off 3 years.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taft City in Gambia is actually doing.
I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it.
We're working with the local banks, so they on the right path. I don't know why they ain't spreading throughout the continent, but they're working with local banks in that country, and they came up with some kind of agreement where they'll actually
I put his YouTube channel in the chat as well. If anyone,
we actually looked into that, but.
Yeah, we actually was in that
with Taft City. We was going full. The house was $46,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah, it was. Oh man,
they made it so difficult for us
with the bank,
and to the point that where we couldn't even get approved.
Right.
You're international. The bank there or the bank here made it difficult?
No.
You know, the bank, they're using the
Gambia.
bank on the continent. And
What was the name of that one?
GT Bank.
GT Bank.
And they basically wanted me to get
A letter
from my employer,
which they don't do anymore.
which my company don't do anymore. Even though they showed them like a work, like, because I've been there 16 years, well, 18 now, but it was 16 at the time.
We showed them stubs, pay stubs,
everything, bank statements. They got hung up on the employment history part of it.
Yeah.
They want what they want. They don't flex much.
Yeah. But you know, fast forward about a year or two later, they actually dropped that bank because they were making it so difficult for them to find it. Because that community is mostly diasporans. You know, we can relate to that. So that's what they were trying to bring in. But by them they were making it difficult. A lot of people, they couldn't sell the homes the way they wanted to. So they got rid of that bank
and they have a new one.
Brought in another bank.
And he reached out to us.
More, you know, the lending terms were easier.
Okay.
So the individual that you said this is his YouTube channel, who is this individual specifically?
This is Taft City. This is
called Taft City.
Right. This is he's a Gambian and he owns the whole development.
He's a developer.
Right.
Big time.
And he's big with getting like the youth.
And he's black.
Too, yes.
He ain't German. This one is 100. I'm serious. He 100%. I don't even think he got anybody that's not black working for him. This one's complete opposite. And he builds it's strictly on the continent. And
yes, that's it. That's his name. Thank you, sis. She be looking at.
Yeah, different communities. I know, like next to Sierra Leone.
Yes, and they also have building in Sierra Leone.
He did some projects in Nigeria. But just if you look at the website, you can see the list of all of the development.
I really appreciate this. I'm so glad we're talking about this
good stuff.
Because you know, ideally, you want to get in on the front end of things.
Yes.
Are inexpensive, and then allow them to increase in value and appreciate. And you know, most of us live in the average American or even expat life are trying to watch every bit of our funds exactly and use them wisely and not spend a whole lot. And you want to get in when it's cheap and then build, you know, so and that way you can possibly get more than one property or plot of land. And my radar is definitely up. So if anybody else out there knows of any places on the continent that are very open to selling land and real estate property to expats and those of us from the diaspora, where we can get in on the ground level, like you guys were able when you first heard about Fuma Town. You don't know how much I wish I had known about that, but that ship has sailed. I'm gonna try not to lose any sleep. I'm gonna get on that beach, waiting for them to develop some, just build some. Look, put me in.
Just imagine that's because we say the same thing. I'm like, we could have said a lot, and even at 3 years at the pre-construction prices, like that's more manageable.
Yes, that's where you want to get in. So if anybody knows about that, share it on both of our channels, on these comments. And we just want to help each other. Like you said, we want to build each other up. We want to see each other win. And let's get the rest of us over investing on the continent.
Yes, we need to. So let me the quick little commercial just on the point that my wife just made. If you are watching someone, especially like Shubarb and anybody else who is watching, you have invested in the continent and these different places. Please reach out to us. We would love to interview you, to have you on the channel, because there are other individuals, like other individuals who are interested, I'm sure, in moving and or investing in the continent. And if you know of individuals or companies or whatever on the continent that are legit, that people say, hey, I don't have the funds right now to go, but I want to be able to invest in a company that I know is legit, and I know other people are investing in. I want to be a part of that. So please reach out to us. Destination West Africa 2022@gmail.com. I'll put that in.
And like you were saying about your family's response, a lot of people are not ready right now, but things have not gotten better in the US. They probably won't get better. And there are going to be more people considering a move somewhere. And those who are interested in moving moving to Africa may want to start now planting some seeds and buying some property and then say, let me have that and hold on to it for when I am really ready to go. And these opportunities that we're discussing now are such they can help somebody really touch it, and make it tangible for themselves to establish something potentially for their future. Well, we're not going to hold you all too much longer. I want to ask, are there any fears or concerns that you all have talked about that you have about moving to Africa? Is there anything that you're like afraid may be the outcome of your move or that may occur?
I have zero fears. I would say that about the fears, not the concerns. There's some possible concerns. Like I said, I want to have, I do want to have like streams of income before I actually arrive. Other than that, I mean, I can handle anything that comes my way.
For me, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're finishing.
No, I mean, because I hear all the other things about load shedding, and about this and about that, and I really don't feel anything about that. It's just
it's not gonna be that big a deal to you. You're saying?
Yeah, that's not gonna keep me from, It's just like I'm more on the finances side.
I want to make sure. For me, my only, and it's not necessarily a fear. I just want to make sure that wherever we land, that we're able to get like either dual citizenship, or we're able to stay there long term. That's it. Nothing else.
Is there a timetable for your move?
Y'all already know how I feel.
Her timetable.
Share with the viewers. When do you all think that you may be moving?
She's like your son. She has a bag in the closet, and in about 30 minutes she can leave. Right? My timetable. Honestly, she may not like it. She may not want to hear it, but I think about 3 years, 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Hey,
we'll see.
You all have seen that. We were not on the same page as time. I mean, because we're individuals with our own, concerns and reservations. We can be married and love each other and support each other's dreams and ideas and still have our own reservations. And it's okay. It's okay.
She's right though about that part. I am a little concerned, but I'm not, because my faith. I prayed. Once you pray and you believe that the doors are going to be open, however that time frame looks for anybody, that he's going to get his people out, period. So that part I'm not. Now the renewal part for the passport, I did do a video about that. They do have some shady stuff going on with that. Yes, because my daughter had an appointment April 25th. I'm sorry, I'm going off of subject a little bit, but and they called me the same day and canceled her appointment. Good thing my cousin looked out for me, and she said, here's in Green Acres, you can go and get, do a walk-in and do your passport. And I'm like, what? I never knew this. They strictly only do passports and they only do walk-ins. And we went there, and this was way prior before her appointment, because she ended up telling me, Mom, I have a test. I can't go that day. I was frustrated. And again, this is why I'm telling you, the Most High God will look out for you. Sometimes you don't know, why are we going this direction in your mind? I'm glad that I took her, and it didn't work out anyway. We weren't going to be able to go on the 25th. And I took her and I took care of that. Now I'm just praying that we get it back in a timely manner so that we can do our trip to Africa next year. You know, Most High will. And now I'm just going to do the same for my son, because the lady told me at Green Acres that they are canceling your appointments the same day, is what she told me when I went for my daughter. And I was like, really? She said, you might want to just take your son and bring him as well to the same location. So that's what I'm going to do.
How can you cancel an appointment the same
The
day?
same day.
Now, you don't make these plans. You know, we all got busy lives, and you cancel not the day before, not the day, a couple of days prior to the appointment, the same day. And it's happening to multiple people.
So everybody be vigilant. If you're considering traveling out of the U.S., look for your different locations where you can go. Deborah Green says here in Connecticut, we can do it at Walmart now.
Do what at Walmart? Passport?
Now you can actually apply for a passport at Walmart. That's
Never heard of that one. Huh.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's nice.
Walmart want in on everything.
Everything.
That's right. They will not be left behind when it comes to some money.
You can also take your photo at Staples.
Yeah, and CVS and Walgreens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, those photos can be expensive too. Like the ones I took.
It was expensive. It was like 36.
You have a Costco membership or a Sam's membership. They're $5.
Oh, $5? Yeah, we pay like $35 for the little picture like this. I had two of them. I'm like, I'm keeping this other one. I'm putting it in a frame.
Listen. Oh, you know what? Here you can get passport photos taken, because when we renewed our visa, and then for my professional application, I had to have some passport photos or what have you. The last time I got one done, I think it was about $2, and they gave me 8. So I've got plenty.
Oh,
They're very you can get 6. They'll just give you the whole page and just punch them all out.
Yeah.
But and I think the last time when we had the children's done, we had it done at the post office. But prior to that, it was about $12 or $13 at Walgreens. I don't know if the prices have changed.
Okay.
Since we talk about it, and we like to inform everybody, I'll just go ahead.
Exactly. I can't believe Walmart. Wow. And I saw somebody say postal service. Yes, but that's what I'm talking about. The postal service is canceling you the same day for your appointment, and it's happened to quite a few people.
I heard that there are a lot of people who are, there's an overwhelming amount of people who are applying for passports right now because COVID, nobody was able to travel during COVID. And so now because of that, it's just, it's like a more than 100% increase on those who are applying for passports. And so, yes, if you are looking forward to traveling outside of the country, within, in the next year, you need to be looking, you need to be applying for that passport now, because it's going to take, a long time.
They said what, 10 to 13 weeks, something like that.
No, whatever it was, the normal time, it's like double or triple that now.
Wow.
Well, I know they told us what, 10 to 13 weeks or something like that is what the brochure said on ours. I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you, Green. Thank you for all this information that you're giving us for what's happening in Connecticut. And you guys, if you haven't liked yet, hit the like button. If you are not subscribed, Living Natural Village. Hey, Living Natural Village, tell us where you are and what your interest level in Africa is. Are you thinking about moving to Africa? Is that what caught you and made you want to come on this live? We love new viewers. So hello.
Yes, exactly.
And they are in beautiful Rwanda.
Yes.
My first love. I still talk about Rwanda. She was like, we talked about that the other day. I was like, you know what? I still think Rwanda is number one. We moving around and doing everything but
well, after hearing that you have to build within 2 years, that was like, it's kind of pressure.
She don't want to
buy property, you have to build in 2 years.
Yeah, that's what we were told by someone who was a realtor out there. So I'm like, that left a damper on.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't doubt it. Thinking because it's the cleanest city on the continent, and they don't have a lot of abandoned buildings. We see several homes that have started. You see the cinder block and the bricks that it looks like people hadn't finished, or they were waiting to get more money, or what have you. I don't know how long they're allowed to sit, but I know that they don't want just a whole lot of abandoned, torn down properties and things of that nature. There are not. You rarely see. I don't. Yeah, abandoned buildings and things of that nature is not something you see here. So I that kind of makes sense putting that together. I cannot substantiate that. I'm not saying that the person who told you is not telling the truth. I don't know for sure, but it would make sense if that is the case for sure.
Yeah.
They want. I mean, Rhonda is trying to move quickly
forward.
Yep.
They're trying to move, so I mean,
so you got to be ready for Rwanda.
The next 5 years, this country right here is going to be off the chain.
I believe you. I believe you.
That's right.
They mentioned about Liberty. On Liberia, can you put that subscriber name in the chats? Because I have one I'm supposed to interview and I haven't heard back from him. So I'm definitely curious about Liberia.
You said who? She Speaks?
Yeah. Oh, that's the YouTuber name. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna look up that right now.
It's critical information about relocating to Liberia.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Share our knowledge. I love this.
Oh, yeah. Living Natural Village, Texas, and considering Ghana. Been 2 times recently, but looking at Zambia.
Yes, Zambia I heard is nice too. I'm supposed to also do a live with someone, so we'll see how that works. Yeah.
Just get here. It's a lot
It's so many choices. That's the blessing of it. Yes.
We have options. We have options, from the most luxurious lifestyle on the beach or not on the beach, rural lifestyles for your gardening, for if you want to have cattle, things of that, your middle class lifestyle, your everything you can think of is here. And people do not think that. They think it's all village, all hut, all outside.
There's no food.
We saw
there aren't great restaurants, hotels, and excursions, and everything there is to offer is available on this great continent.
We
have
what was it? Passport Heavy. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it.
Yes.
The one episode he did with the resort in Rwanda.
Oh, yes. That was
years ago.
No, it was a couple months ago.
Was it? Oh my God, that used to be our Saturday night. We wouldn't even watch movies or television. We always watching some Passport Heavy. That was
I can't afford it.
I can't afford anything he shows, but it's beautiful.
That place he showed on Rwanda, I was like, man.
See, we started off watching Passport Heavy.
Yeah, we haven't watched it.
But then after a while, I was like, okay, he only goes to the ritzy. Okay.
No.
Like Bali, he did was very, very inexpensive.
Right, but typically his where he stays and the things that he does, it's always upscale places. And so it's the typical average person who is going to, live there or move there or whatever. If you're going to visit and you make, a lot of money, then
he's
working for as a digital nomad, and you're getting paid U.S. currency, and you're paid well, and you're just going to stay for a little while, and you're working with you because that was his story, that was his life. He was a digital nomad, and so he was able to take his work with him wherever he went, still getting his income, and therefore able to.
I almost wrote him and say, "Hey, can you show some stuff for us folks?"
Normal folks.
He got 5-star everything. I love it though. I mean, that place is incredible though.
Oh, good.
I don't know where it's at in Rwanda.
So the resort in Rwanda, so we can see where that is. I wonder if it's near the
just when you see that one, it's impressive. It's
okay.
Let's
check it out.
Wow. Well, we appreciate you guys, family.
We've had you long enough. I think
that's okay.
Good understanding of why where your thoughts of Africa for your family and for your lifestyle, for you to move came from, and how you chose to invest in the continent, in the Gambia and Zanzibar, your ups and downs along the way, how your children feel about it, how eager you are to come, and how Rodman said, we got to get that money right. We got to be.
Yes.
I'm mad at you. They need to hurry up and get right so I can be gone.
So thank you all for sharing your story and your experience. And thank you viewers for staying with us throughout this whole time. Again, like it, subscribe, and share. I'm really happy to see some new names and have some new viewers on the YouTube channel.
Yes. And if you can give us your YouTube channel again, please.
Oh, African Queen 1 Giselle. Do you want me to write it in here? Or?
No, I got it right here.
Right.
Yes. Check them out.
Check us out, guys. We try to do lives every other Sunday as request of hubby. Sometimes we might just not follow the rules, but yeah, just make sure you subscribe, guys. Hit the all, not personalized, and you'll be notified when we're on to do another video. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for sharing your journey.
Check out their Where and African Queen's book, her biography, right?
Autobiography, yes.
Autobiography, yes. It is on Amazon. Check her out. And we appreciate you guys coming on. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Subscribe. And we will see you in the next video.
Let's stay connected.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Bye.
Bye-bye. How long was that?